Yo, Eric, we're over here on the paranormal hunt, and I headed over to this other building, and it's number 13. What is this someone on? My God.
All right, everybody. Everybody in the chat, I have to make a confession to every single one of you. There was a delay, a couple of minutes for the show because I just got back the next episode, the cartoon, and I kind of had to show Anthony and Ron because they're both going to be in it just to see what they thought of it. And they put a thumbs up for it, so that'll be coming soon. Got to write the script for it and then get all the voices, and hopefully maybe by next Wednesday, a reasonable time, we'll have it done and we'll have it out. So I asked Ron to come on. I sent him an email last night, not an hour before the show, to give him a chance because I want to have a conversation. And then, of course, I got some videos to show. It's the title of the show today is there a connection between Bigfoot and aliens? Now, because of that title, I guarantee you that title in the Bigfoot community and the UFO community probably shut out 80% of the people. Just because, for some reason, a lot of people in certain communities can accept anything that's related. Bigfoot, UFOs, no. UFOs, paranormal, no. So a lot of those people probably won't even show up. But the people who do show up, I have respect for you. Because the reason I have respect for you guys all, because you're willing to listen. And I'm not saying Bigfoot are from another planet. They're being dropped here by aliens. But if you do believe in aliens, if you do believe in Bigfoot, you do got to think of the possibility that could be true if you believe in both. Not saying that they could be. There are stories, not 100% of every story you hear, that you see are by Bigfoot. You see flying lights in the sky when somebody saw Bigfoot. Vice versa. Those stories are out there. Because think about this. So, Anthony, say you're out there, I don't know, you're researching a Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's your number one. And you think you see a Bigfoot. I'm sure you're not necessarily looking up in the sky to see what else is around there. You're probably pointing in because you're about to shit your pants, wondering if he's going to jump out on you. You're not wondering what's in the sky because sometimes there could be anomaly going on around it, but you're so focused on this sound. Kind of like when you saw that handprint on the wall.
Yep.
I'm sure you're not looking up in the sky wondering if there's a UFO flying around. You're probably concentrating on that.
Hyper-focused.
You're looking around. What if there are connections to... I hate to use the word community. I think we're all one community, but you know what I mean? Different cryptids or whatever. I mean, what are your thoughts, Anthony, about Bigfoot and aliens could be connected?
Well, me personally, I believe that Bigfoot's its own thing. I think that it's an animal or bipedal animal with human DNA or whatever it is. I don't know the correct terminology for it. So just Sasquatch. It's an animal or a human, whatever you want to call it, a crossbreed between the two. It's from the woods. I don't think it comes from another planet, me personally, but I have heard stories where people have seen UFOs and then spotted a Bigfoot, or spotted a Bigfoot and then have seen UFOs. I have heard those stories. But I think it's an animal of some kind.
What if and that I kind of agree with you. I don't think they were put here by them, but it doesn't mean, if you do believe in Bigfoot, it doesn't mean that aliens have same thing as us. They take us. They abduct people. You heard stories about abductions. You experienced abductions. Who says that they haven't abducted a Bigfoot, if you believe Bigfoot's real, and I do, that there's a good chance that they've been abducted too by aliens and research. And
I've also heard that theory that they were brought here from another planet, that they're an animal that was brought here from another planet, or their spaceship broke down while they were here exploring and they got stuck here and then they breeded and they went on with their lives here on Earth. I've heard that story as well.
But there's even been conferences on this kind of a topic. Here, I'll show you a web page, and I got some fun videos to show people too. But let me show you this page. Is Bigfoot an ET visitor? Some researchers think so. Back in 2015, it's possible that a creature known as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or by a number at different names all over the world, is an interdimensional traveler. There is a strong belief
Heard that too.
that a Bigfoot is an interdimensional traveler, because when I was reading this, I'm like, that could make sense, because when we experience a Bigfoot and it just disappeared, I mean, it was just gone. It's like, I mean, could it climb the trees? Could it be like a Green Beret and a Navy SEAL, a Ranger that could just disappear like that too? Or did they go through some kind of an interdimensional wormhole? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ron, you're hearing all this. I mean, what's your thought? Well, actually, here, hold on a second. Let me see a little bit more. That's a theory now in play with both Bigfoot and UFO researchers, and that one that played heavily into discussion at a weekend at a great New England UFO conference that was held in Leominster. Leominster. So what I'm getting at is there's been conventions, there's been conversations about this. So Ron, when you hear interdimensional traveler Bigfoot, what's your opinion?
I believe that too, but not in a sense of like interdimensional, like going from here to other planets or whatever. I think like right here on Earth, like, you know how you had, I would say, what, tens of thousands of sightings, probably more, all over all these years. And when people go following them, they just like, I mean, aside from the hoaxes, all right, like the ones that you can call as legitimate as you possibly can, they just disappear. And there's nothing ever found, ever. Like that, I mean, a track, something like that, but we don't find bones or nothing like that. I think they have, because I don't want to be misquoted, or like, you know, like an inner Earth. I don't believe it's an inner Earth, but something where they have their own like dimension right here that they're able to go into and like hide from us like that. You know, I guess you could call it dimensional like that, but right here on Earth, I would say.
Well, if you, and the second part says, there's a guy who, in the paranormal researcher with UFOs and aliens, said many of the classic signs from human encounters with otherworldly beings, ghosts, aliens, and Bigfoot have similar signs, but they disappearing, being fast-moving objects or strange lights. As a result, many are starting to think of the fields
holistically. Yeah.
Now, it is used to be that UFO people didn't talk to the ghost people. See, here we go. They don't talk to the ghost people because they were a little weird. I don't know what that means, and nobody would talk to the Bigfoot people because they were crazy. Hall said, I found out we cannot continue to do that. In reality, quantum physics is leading us there. And I love that paragraph because what it says here is absolutely true. 80% of people in communities don't want anything to do with other communities. A lot of you folks do think Bigfoot people are crazy and paranormal are nuts, just like what they say. And I like what it says, physics is leading us there. Now, we go further. It's not a new theory. Writing for Huntington Post, Dr. Franklin knows such sightings date back in the 1800s. So when a lot of people always come out and say, well, you know, television, War of the Worlds, those shows came out, you know, now everybody sees a UFO. You know, everybody sees ghosts because of television. But these stories go back all the way to the 1800s. A lot of these stories you do see in the TVs, probably people in the 40s, 50s, and already up, come from, stories that was back in 1800s. Of course, just modern day.
I really believe in Bigfoot more than anything because we had a United States president that had a Bigfoot sighting. Roosevelt had a Bigfoot sighting. He was a big hunter out in the field. He was at Oak Island. He did work and research on Oak Island, the famous Oak Island, right, in Canada. He also had a Bigfoot encounter, and he went on expeditions to actually hunt down Bigfoot. They wanted to execute one and bring it back as proof. That's how vital his sighting was to him. And when it comes down to UFOs, you got presidents that swear by UFOs too. Jimmy Carter had a very, very pronounced encounter, and so did President Reagan. And there's other presidents as well that had sightings. And when it comes down to paranormal, man, I think almost everybody's had a paranormal.
Almost everybody
now, right?
I truly believe almost every single buddy. But now don't get me wrong. I understand regular people have their favorite communities. I mean, their favorite subject, UFOs, Bigfoot. That's, everybody has their number one most favorite subject of all three, and that's fine. But this is my thing. If you call yourself a researcher, you say you're a researcher, you're out there. Now, I'm not saying expert. I hate the word expert. You're a researcher. Aren't you doing injustice if you call yourself a researcher and you're not willing to study all three to try to understand what you're seeing? I mean, if you are calling yourself a researcher, then you should have an open mind to the possibility. I'm not telling you have to believe in everything, but if you're going to be a researcher, and if I hear you're just a researcher in one, you don't care about the other two, I don't know. I don't want to follow you. I don't want to follow a person who doesn't believe everything that they see, but they're at least open to the idea of possibilities of what they're looking for.
That's why I'm open to all three. I'm a big fan of all three.
As a matter of fact, if you think about it, Anthony and myself, what do, right? You got the UFOs, you got Bigfoot, and the paranormal thing. So all three. And I think anybody that does, like, you can have one that you're more passionate about, but anyone that like only sticks to one and like dismisses the others, then the problem with that is now you come off as you're having a strong bias.
Yeah.
So then it's like your judgment then. Is your judgment going to be sound? Are you going to look for the true facts on that one thing? Or is it that you're so like in believing that that's what you're going to focus on, that you're not open to other stuff,
Now, Pat Smith wrote, he wrote this. This is why I'm bringing this up. I have had UFO and paranormal experiences, no Bigfoot, and maybe seen a dog man, but I doubt that one, but seen something. Now, I like what she said there, because in most cases, you have a better chance in a weird way to see a Bigfoot, or not Bigfoot, a UFO or a paranormal, because you could be anywhere for a paranormal. A UFO can fly anywhere, but a Bigfoot is most likely going to be out in the woods. I don't think a Bigfoot's going to be walking into a city. So you probably would have a less chance of actually seeing a Bigfoot versus paranormal UFO, because you got to go to certain areas to hunt for a Bigfoot. But technically, a paranormal could be happening right here, right next to me.
But wait, Pam Smith, like where is she from? Because in all fairness, the dog man, you may have seen that it depends where you live. That could have been my cousin.
Oh.
All right.
Well, it's Iran. Now, a lot of people claim to see a dog man, but if you don't see I mean, listen, I only seen I know, I can't say 100% it was Bigfoot, but I only seen this thing like once in my whole life, never seen it again. If I go out in the woods and see something, it's going to be hard to know the difference between was it a dog man or a Bigfoot, because first of all, it's not like most of these sightings you get to be up close. They're standing right next to you and you get to write down all features. When some people say they saw a dog man, they might just seen a regular Bigfoot and just, I'm sure they look different. Every Bigfoot looks different, like we do. We look different, So it might not have been a dog man. It could be a regular Bigfoot. We truly don't know. It's like we're trying to believe in one, Bigfoot, but then you have dog man, you have all these other ones, but it could still just all be the same Bigfoot. It's just some look different. Some look more werewolf than others. I mean, I don't know. And it's not like we have DNA on everything to break up the species.
True.
Who
knows? Ron and I may run into a Bigfoot this weekend. It could happen. We're going up. It could happen.
But,
That's right.
Well, Anthony, my good friend Nicole, through the paranormal veil. I keep saying here title wrong. They went out on a he was in one of their videos. I can't remember what video. I wish I would have thought about it. I could show you guys. She did a video. They're out at a graveyard doing a paranormal hunt. But then while they're filming, they saw two red eyes in the woods. And she heard a noise. She heard a noise. To her, she feels that thing that was out in that woods was not a ghost. She feels, because she's a known medium, she's actually helped police on cases. So Nicole's the real deal. So
you tell me about
it. And she knows she saw Bigfoot, and she wasn't even there for a Bigfoot. She was there for a paranormal research at a graveyard. It's just this graveyard was in the woods, more in the woods. So what I'm saying is you might not be looking for that one thing, but that might be the one thing you do see. Or maybe the red eyes could be a demon. I mean, that's a possibility too.
A couple Bigfoot researchers told me that, Sasquatch are very curious beings, we'll call them. You'd be out in the field, you'd be with your cameras and your gear and your flashlights, and they're very, very curious as to what's going on. They want to know what everything is.
Brown dwarf. Sasquatch have been reported in and around cemeteries and graveyards.
Yeah.
Hey, Brown dwarf, if you could write something in the chat, why do you think that? I mean, it is interesting that there's been stories that they do like to be around graveyards. You think maybe they sensed? I know that we're dead in the ground. Well, hopefully we are when you get in the ground. But do they sense people that were once there? Do they still? They have better smells than we do. Do they still smell them? I'm just curious what Brown Dwarf's opinion on why they're
just curious what a graveyard is. Maybe they don't. I'm sure they don't bury their dead like we do. And maybe they're curious to what it is. Maybe it's at a place for them.
Here, Amber Paraworld. I'm pretty sure I ran into a dog man or something similar on my last video. I am going back to investigate it. Do you have that video link? Put that link in the chat, and we'll click in on it.
Are you doing that Brandon Nordica again? Got you jammed up with a dog man this time?
I'm gonna play this one video for fun. It's called Researchers Believe Bigfoot is an ET. Now, this is not a fancy video. They don't talk fancy, but here's a video of them thinking that a Bigfoot ET can be related.
Okay.
The newest theory by the UFO researchers combined the origin of the so-called Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, with outer space. Whether it's possible Bigfoot to be an extraterrestrial visitor, was a fiery topic, on the Greater New England UFO Conference in Leominster. William Hall began his career as a paranormal researcher of UFOs. During the conference, he claimed that the supernatural world is more pertinent than people actually think it is. According to Hall, a large portion of the typical human encounters with extraterrestrials, such as aliens, ghosts and Bigfoot, exhibit comparable signs. He mentioned creatures that suddenly disappear, objects that move incredibly fast and weird lights. It used to be that the UFO people didn't talk to the ghost people because they were a little weird, and nobody would talk to the Bigfoot people because they were crazy, Hall stated. I found out, we cannot continue to do that. In reality, quantum physics is leading us there. However, this theory didn't appear recently. It was proposed in the past too, in particular, by Dr. Franklin Rule. Speaking for Huffington Post, he said that these sightings could be traced back in the 1800s. Speaking in terms of our contemporary era, this theory emerged back in 1973. However, this one is infringing upon more and more Bigfoot hunters who report seeing things known as orange orbs. Namely, these inexplicable lights move very fast and were encountered in areas that have a strong link with Bigfoot. Bill Brock, a notable Bigfoot hunter, was the first spokesman of the convention. He cited a recent NASA announcement which stated magnetic portals could be real. Moreover, he mentioned he started believing in multidimensional portals the moment he went to West Virginia to analyze the Mothman case. The question is whether it's possible these mysterious orbs to be transporter beams for Bigfoot. According to Leominster's Bill Penning, it is. During his first Sasquatch contact, something big rocked the ground but disappeared immediately after that. He then searched for clues only to find tracks that showed something appeared behind a running deer, caught it, and eventually they both disappeared. This is where the footprints ended as well. So, if Sasquatch exists, where are the animal remains he left behind? That, portals, could be why we don't see any bodies, why there are no bones, said Penning. Team Squatchachusetts is a Bigfoot research group. Its founder, Jonathan Wilk, said that many websites own videos of these orange orbs. However, they choose to stay receptive to the idea. I have no official opinion on it, he said. I leave nothing off the table because there are a lot of things we find in our fieldwork that we cannot explain. Another member of the aforementioned Bigfoot research group, David McCulloch, also had his own encounter with the mysterious orange orbs. Ever since his experience, he became more convinced these orbs are actually portals.
And, like I said, you got to have an open mind to it.
But the one thing that, if maybe I'm mistaken when he said about bones, like with all the animals, I guess he hunts and everything, that I wouldn't pay attention to because with all the wildlife out there, like the scavengers and everything, if Bigfoot doesn't finish something off, that thing ain't gonna last.
No,
like
it won't. It won't. Listen, we're deer hunters. Okay, we go deer hunting, and when you go out in the woods, you don't see deer bones anywhere. You don't.
You gotta tie when you deer hunt. You gotta tie your catch up and pull it up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta gut it and get it out.
You gotta gut it and then tie it and pull it up.
You go back a few days later, all that's gone.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's gone. And there's more deer probably than Bigfoot.
But I will say this: when it comes to the orange orb they were talking about, Mike, Long Island Bigfoot captured one of those out in the field when he was doing a Bigfoot investigation. He actually filmed one of those orange orbs of orbs of light out in the forest.
And that's why it's very important to listen to these stories, because you might have something similar.
I'm gonna look for it.
Well, think about this.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Ron? That video?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it. Maybe you could put it up.
And think about this. There's thousands of cases. The 411 missing 411. There's thousands of cases, and I'm not telling you every case is related to everything. No, I'm not. But some of these cases are strange, where disabled people somehow just disappear. One story where a guy sat on a rock, and the sons went out in the woods part, and they come back to the rock. He was gone. Nothing broken on the ground. No footprints. And it wasn't just that one case. There's all these cases with the missing 411, how what had vanished. Now, I'm not telling you exactly that they vanished from, from portals and all that kind of stuff, but these people do disappear without a trace.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got outstanding investigators out there. And I'm not saying every state has great investigators, but we do have outstanding. And some of these investigators that you read these missing 411, they can't even tell you how they disappear without leaving any kind of a trace. So what is
Check your text, Ant.
My text. Oh,
I think I sent you from Long Island Bigfoot. I think that's the correct. I think that's it.
All right. Well, let me pull up. Amber sent me the link, and
Lee,
she told me
what's
at the
going on, buddy?
25-minute mark, and then we'll check out Long Island's too.
Yeah, I'm checking it now. Make sure this is it.
So this is here we go.
Hey, Mike, in the chat, Long Island Bigfoot, you know the title of the one Anthony's talking about, an orange orb or something that you have posted? If you want, text it to me or whatever, and I'll put it up, or have Erica
Okay.
do it, I guess.
So this is when Amber in the chat was talking about her experience. This is her video. She told me at the 25 mark. She wrote it may be a little past 25 mark when the growl is okay. So what we're doing is we're listening for a growl. So let's open our ears and let's see. And guys, she's a paranormal researcher. That's
Very good one too.
Here we go.
I'm gonna walk up here real quick. Walk up here on this hillside. I don't know why it's marked off. Definitely been some animals. Some animals coming through here. I think that was a growl. It was. What'd it say? Kelly. That wasn't a plane because I don't hear it now. That was a growl.
Okay, let me go back. I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me go back a little bit. I know it's hard to hear, guys. You know, this is where I put the link to this video in the chat so you guys can click and save it, and you can probably play it on your TV and blast it out loud, a lot as you can, to see if you can hear that growl. Let me do it again.
I don't know why it's marked off.
I put my ear next to the computer. I got bad ears, people.
Definitely been some animals. Some animals coming through here. I think that was a growl. It was. What'd it say? Kelly.
And what she wrote here is it was very low, but felt frightening. I hear it on my Bluetooth. Okay, yeah. So people, click on this link for yourself, and so you can play it loud. For me, I got hearing issues, so I have to play it super loud. I can't do it here.
And do it with headphones. You always hear it better with headphones.
Headphones, exactly.
Yep. And Eric, in the private chat, just in case you wanted to, Anthony was mentioning before about Long Island Bigfoot with an orb. It's in the private chat. That's the link.
Yeah, that's the green one. I know he's got one with an orange one that comes down too. I'm looking for it now.
Okay, here we go. And wow, it happened on Veterans Day.
He gets a lot of great stuff. You guys got to check him out, man.
And I'm going to put this link also in the chat too right now, so you guys can play on yourself. Long Island and Bigfoot. I'm going to put this link. And then you guys could use this link to subscribe to his channel too. And guys, I love this when people interact with us and telling us, watch my experience. And when it's related to the topic, you can't beat that. Here we go. And this is 3 minutes.
Come here. Come here. It's green. It's not supposed to be in there. Whatever that is. Whoa. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
My camera.
And that ain't no laser pointer because you would see the beam. So whatever that is, that's
right.
Huh?
That's a fence right there, isn't it?
If it was a laser, we'd be blinded.
Yeah, that's real deal.
That's a fence, yeah.
It has that effect.
There's gonna be nobody back there.
Right. The camera.
And you know what a laser pointer, even let's say the ones even without a beam, you know what a laser looks like. It's like,
Yeah,
it doesn't stay steady like that.
Right.
that is cool.
It's really bright.
That's freaky.
Very torn.
I would have been right up on that, bro.
What to do? You stay on it. I'm gonna try and get a different view.
But they're in a.
Sorry, I know it's wet.
They would have to jump the fence to get to it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get as close to it as I could. Mike's going now.
We're going to be going out with him soon, too.
I
That's gonna
can't
be
wait.
awesome.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
I can't wait to meet him in July.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you're right. There is a fence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a fence, so it's not like
wow,
somebody
good
can be
eyes,
there
It's
real
so
quick.
wet out here.
I didn't see that. I got bad eyes.
And,
Oh, look,
to
it's
say,
higher
guys-
up now. Look at that. It's higher up now.
and I'm older. I can't jump fence as easy as I once.
I don't think it's
when I was a
important,
kid.
guys. I don't really know.
Now he's going to show off because he beat the
I can't
youth.
say.
That is so weird.
Right, come here.
Awesome.
All right, I got it.
Man, Smith, I'm so chicken shit.
You got it? Yeah.
It just goes to show you that you just need to, be out there, boots on the ground, and you could catch stuff like this too. It's really going on in real
I don't
time.
know what that
And
is.
I'm sure he wasn't looking for a light when he went
No.
out there.
I'm thinking
Probably-
it's just
Did I-
some kind of
Hold on a minute. Did I just see
Light.
two at one point?
out there.
There's one to the left, and I could swear I saw
But,
one to the
you know,
right.
If you see lights, like a headlamp or something like that, or I don't know why I would see green.
This is where you wish
I lost it.
you had Bigfoot and Connor with you.
Lost it.
Young.
Look,
You
look,
have
look,
a
look, look, look.
Don't get
Look
it.
to the right. There's another one on the
I
right-hand
lost
side.
it.
Look,
You
it's right
lost
there
it?
on the right, in between the
Shit.
trees. See it?
Shit, man, he was fixed on
Yeah.
it too.
That's the second one. I knew there was two.
If Connor was there, you push him over the
Yeah,
fence.
mine's
He'll go.
barely hanging on.
Gotta be
That's why
jumping.
you got to have a young guy with you.
Like you see that? That's a light. That's a regular light down at that house. But there's no. I come here all the time. There's nothing up there.
Sending you the other video, Eric.
So it's and there's nobody in here.
Yeah, it was still green too.
The only thing I could say is if it would be a headlamp or like a bike headlamp
That's
or the quad headlamp or whatever.
I don't know.
But why would it be green?
That was a bright. If that was a headlamp, that was like
It's bright
super bright.
because we're at a distance. You got to realize
Yeah.
there's a 1, 2,
It looks pretty.
3,
The
4
green is
football
pretty
fields.
bright too.
Yeah.
You really see it.
At
Somewhere in between.
4 football field, at least.
I'm definitely gonna play with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let me know. All right,
Yeah.
guys, you let us know what you think on this one.
Very
Thank
good.
you so much for today, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm so proud.
This is it. I've been watching.
I'm
That is spooky. Because what is it?
I just sent you the other one on WhatsApp, Eric. This one's good too. That he got.
Oh, on WhatsApp. Okay, let me get WhatsApp. Let me get that webpage up.
Yeah, he catches some freaky stuff, man.
Really does.
Like make your hair stand when you're looking at it, you want to turn away. It's weird.
But I tell you, when you're out in the field, it could happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get out there and do the research, and it could happen to anyone.
Exactly, and that's why I will follow open-minded people so you can see everything.
But then again, me, Mike, and Ron, I'm sure you, Eric, we're all on the same idea that you have to be a good person with a good heart. Otherwise, you're not going to catch anything.
Oh,
Exactly.
if you're out there to harm, I hate the videos of people with hunting weapons and they want to go hunt.
Can't go out there with ill intent.
That's a shame. And you know what? And if I go out, I don't give a damn if I could show 10, 100 people. I want to see it for myself.
Exactly.
Perfectly
worded.
I know there's something there, and if there's something where I can actually show people, then of course I will. But the main thing is I'm being greedy on this. It's for me.
Wait,
I
you mean
wanna see it.
you mean you're not in it for the clicks, man, like they say?
Listen, if I was
No.
in it for the clicks, I'd probably be learning how to do a lot of CGI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
I hear you, man.
I'd be ordering giant pieces of glass and bicycle lights.
Here we go.
This is the orange orb. This is great, he catched. See it right there?
Whoa, what is that?
And it goes straight up.
Something.
Let's
Yo,
go back,
I gotta go back.
Let's go back.
Your roots around it. Oh, it's just another branch.
There it goes. Straight
Whoa,
up.
that. Something. Yo, I gotta go back to that point. I don't know if it was a bug in the sunlight that was like dancing in front of me.
Yeah, a couple of those bugs already.
Oh, they did.
Dragonflies.
Let's go back one more time.
Don't look like no bug to me.
I'm gonna put this one slow motion. And
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
let me
Good.
put it slow motion. And guys, let me just say something real quick. This is nothing against Long Island Bigfoot. He's just a regular guy. He's no CGI. He'll tell himself that he's no computer expert.
Hell no.
Even if he wanted to fraud something, he wouldn't even know how. Long Island is just straightforward, hit record, upload, and that's it.
Yep. Yep.
What are you talking about? I got to go out there before Anthony and I go because he has a bunch of cameras he doesn't know how to use. I got to go help him set them up.
I mean, he's more genuine than anybody.
Forget it.
You literally say, I don't know how to use this kind of equipment. Listen, I got some cameras that I be on. I don't even know how to use all the functions. I don't know if I'm using the max options of the kind of camera I'm using for this. But let's look at it at a slow motion. I put it at 0.50.
Just another branch.
There it is.
It looked like it came out of the tree.
Whoa,
and then
what
it shoots
is that?
straight up.
Something, yo, I gotta go back.
And kind
I
of,
think it
let
looked
me
like
ask you
no
guys this.
dragonfly.
Do you? I've seen dragonflies at night, but I'm actually going to put it in the slowest motion I can. Let's see. This is the slowest that I can on YouTube. Right there.
But it looks like it's illuminating the leaves too as it passes.
Yeah, I caught that too.
Whoa, what is that?
What is that? Let me ask you guys, because you guys are more experts in cameras than I am. Could a camera be somehow reflecting a bug
Yes.
with the light?
Yes.
It?
Yeah.
Like if I want to debunk myself, how would you trying to find out the best you can if that was a camera light issue?
Yeah, it could be an artifact, but it could be a reflection like that. But the one part that's strange is the leaves. You know what I mean? Like if you look in the very beginning, like when it's coming, it looks like it comes from out in the trees, and as it gets close to the trees, you could see that bright, but you could see like the light and like the shadow of it, whatever, on the leaves. So that's a little strange. You know what I mean? But can that be? The only thing is during the day, like a color like that, that's a little
Orange
anything's
like that?
possible with the lens, but I don't know if that's
I think he actually caught an orb. I honestly think.
I think
no
so
other
too.
points of bright light there anywhere.
I think too, and I'm not trying to debunk it at all,
No,
but
it's
I'm
what you're supposed to
thinking
do.
of all possibilities. Because actually, let me show you guys this. Actually, here, let me show you guys this new footage, and you guys probably seen this before. But I'm very curious what you guys think of this light by this deer. This could be a hoax. I don't know. That's why I have you guys to see this. And this one's called "Camera Captures Strange Lights on Camera."
Story trending on the 7 News app this weekend. Surveillance cameras in Mississippi capturing what looks for all the world like a UFO. See the deer appear, and then a dim light appears, and then it gets brighter, and then a weird shape on camera, and the deer just lights up brightly. But these cameras are infrared. They don't emit light. The homeowners have their own explanation.
Well, now, whether it's alien, I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely it's UFO. Now, whether it's a government drone or what, I wish, if nothing else, one of them would step up and say, yeah, that's ours.
Well, later in the video, there are more lights. It looked like headlights focused solely on the deer.
So
That's
with
crazy,
those
man.
So Ron, with those kind of cameras, I don't know too much about those. Could it reflect something else than? Because they say it's not a car. It's not
This is what happens with night vision. Now, I have two things on this. With night vision, as a matter of fact, when I was doing a stream last week to test my night vision, the IR lights on the camera on that shoot out that the night vision can see, if that hits anything, it can reflect light and it could show off as light, right? Now, with that, what I believe that is, I believe that could be because you see the deer, that's potential that could be hunters doing spotting with a drone.
Oh, true.
I mean, it could be anything.
Well, the guy
it's just my personal what I think it is.
Drone. I mean, the guy did say, it could be a government drone.
Or it could be hunters that have a drone that they're looking illegally for deer like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's against the law to hunt deer at night, so people know.
Yeah.
It's against the law to hunt deer at night.
Yep. And to use things like
you shine the light on them, you startle them, they freeze when you shine the light on them.
Yep.
But I thought
that's just my thought. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But the IR lights, yes, if they hit something, like if it's not in total darkness, anything that can give off a reflection, it'll shine back at you.
Now, this next video is kind of fun in a way. It's a walking bear in New Jersey because sometimes when you do hunt Bigfoot, you see something on 2 feet, you do gotta question, did I just witness a bear? And this video shows you how far a bear can actually walk on 2 legs. So this is why I'm showing this video, to show a possibility of something you might, I know sometimes you want to believe so hard, you want something to be so real.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times it's not. But this is a news story about a bear.
That's right. Remember that big mystery in New Jersey? We first showed you this video on Thursday, the bear walking on 2 feet. So many people are sharing the video, and we were all wondering if it was real. So we sent ABC's Ron Claiborne to find out.
See for yourself. That experts tell ABC News is not someone in a bear suit. They say it really is a bear standing on his hind legs and walking just as comfortably and smoothly as a person.
I think he walks better than you, Don.
He stuck his head up at first, and then he stood up fully, and then he started to walk.
There it is. There it is.
This sighting caught on camera July 19th. The bear ambling down a residential street in suburban Oak Ridge, New Jersey.
That is a bipedal bear.
2 weeks later, there he goes again, just 2 doors down.
It's scary at first, but after you've seen it a couple times, it just becomes weird.
McGowan says local residents have nicknamed this bear Vinny. It turns out state wildlife officials have been monitoring Vinny ever since he was first reported to them back in
Italian,
June.
Ron.
They say he's a juvenile, under 3 years old, and weighs about 250 pounds. And he is walking upright because his 2 front paws are injured.
More than likely it was a car accident. Bears.
So it's interesting there because they don't usually walk that long, but he has injured paws.
Injured.
So they hate,
Shame.
bears are like humans, we hurt a leg or arm, we learn to use our other parts of the body. So I'm not trying to debunk every Bigfoot sighting anybody sees, but I just wanted to show you that bears can walk, and that bear was walking a good distance.
Oh yeah. But you could tell by the head right away. Bear's got a massive elongated head.
True.
You know what I mean? You could tell right away.
But what if it's almost dark? You got your
Right,
camera,
no, yeah,
you're out in the
absolutely.
wood, and something
dark.
walking like that.
Sure,
you might not.
And he looked a little on the slim side. You know what I mean?
He's a baby, that's why.
That was a baby. So imagine that was a full grown
Oh
bear.
my God, that was a
injured
baby.
the paws.
Imagine it was a grizzly or something like that, walking like that. Forget it. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I can see that being
Anthony,
mistaken.
you're the one laughing at me when I say, do you have bear spray? When we go up to camp, it keeps ripping me because, you're
You
scared.
may be buying bear mace.
It's
Eric.
Yogi
You may be getting
Bear.
Bear mace.
Yogi. I like that.
Hey,
I like
boo boo.
it's Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo.
Now here's another interesting story. This is let me see here. This is called Foxes or Bigfoot Locals Debate Audio from Oregon Swamp. From the Oregon Swamp. So here's a sound. And Brown Dwarf, you lived in. I'm next to Oregon. Brown Dwarf lived in Oregon. Of course, we know West Coast people because we call it Oregon. A lot of East Coast people call it Oregon.
Oregon.
Come on, it's not Oregon. It's Oregon. All right, God damn it, it's Oregon, not Oregon. Here we go. Sorry.
Eerie, piercing shrieks emanating from a remote swamp in Oregon are leading locals to suspect they have an unlikely visitor, Bigfoot. The unidentified calls were first noticed in November by locals in the Umatilla Indian Reservation, home to about 1,500 people. Several residents have called the housing authority to note the alarming sounds, some citing the presence of Bigfoot in Native American lore. Local news reports note that the Blue Mountains area has been a hotspot for Bigfoot activity since the discovery of large footprints in 1966. Those are now thought to be the work of prankster Ray Wallace, who died in 2002. So are the latest sounds really a sign of Sasquatch? That depends on who you ask. Some local true believers insist the shrieks are foreign to the region, but others say that the sounds are the characteristic high-pitched calls of young foxes.
Want more science? We've got the latest on discoveries and...
Hear that sound in the beginning. They do the sound...
Eerie, piercing shrieks emanating from a remote swamp in Oregon are leading locals to suspect they have an unlikely visitor, Bigfoot. The unidentified...
So you hear that little screaming, scratching, is that foxes? And I did like they did tell you that there are hoax frost people out there creating big feet, and that's kind of sad, but it is native land, And listen, native people are not going to call the police if listen, they know more about sounds than we do. They are more closer to nature than majority of us. So if somebody on the native land called because they don't recognize the sound, I think you might have to want to listen. That's just my opinion. So
That could be.
I captured what I believe to be a Bigfoot call when I was up in Pennsylvania a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I put it on TikTok. I mean, it's not the best, but one screams and then the other one responds. And this is like 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. I mean, I got it. I'll send it to you. I don't know how loud it is because it's on TikTok. I don't know how loud you're going to hear the audio on this video, but if you want to try it, you can. And it wasn't no fog. I mean, it's.
No, I got it right here. Here we go. I heard that.
Is it again? Heard that?
Yeah. Like, ah.
And then the other one on the other side.
It sounds like a mel.
That one. Now listen, there's another. Right in the beginning there.
And guys, I'm going to put a copy of this TikTok right here in the chat so you guys can listen to it with your headphones and stuff. That is awesome. I got a good one here. I think you guys might like. I hope you guys like it. You know, this is called
Sunny.
On the Trail of UFOs Night Visitors Clip Drain of Blood. Drain of Blood. Here we go.
About blood being just a lot of times in the cattle mutilations you read about blood being just magically drained and gone and no trace of it anywhere. Is that the same with some of these?
I don't know if it's magically drained, but a cow has 7.5 gallons of blood and there's never a drop anywhere. It's gone. There are no blood leakages around the calf or cow. Whatever is used, it's probably intubated and taken out in that manner because there's nothing around. There's nothing left. In fact, the animals won't even go near it for a while. They will stay away from the carcass completely.
Interesting.
And then over a period of time, it just deteriorates on its own. We had one cow, that was pretty strange too. We had one that was near the house and Tom took it across the road. We went out the next morning to look at it and it had turned into a pile of ash. Overnight.
Yeah, well, that was a calf, but it was still, there was nothing, it was just ashes there. Like it,
ash?
And we never could figure out
Yeah.
what happened there.
That was the only time that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
other than
they're
that-
different, you know, I mean, whatever is, or whoever is, or whatever is, has its own agenda. Typically, they have the same trademark cuts. Probably everybody across the country on the 37th parallel has that. We just have had a few that have been really different.
Interesting, right?
That's
Every
been going on
drop is
for a
gone.
long time, the cattle mutilations. I don't think that's ever been solved. I don't think anybody's ever figured out how the blood is drained. And the wounds are so surgical, it's like as if they were cut with a laser because they're completely cauterized. Those wounds are completely cauterized closed, which is so crazy. There's not a spot of blood anywhere around the orifice of the hole. And also, you notice that, right?
And she said how the other animals stay away from it.
That's crazy. I would love to know how. One day somebody's gonna film that happening, and we're gonna
Ron,
get
are
an
you
answer.
doing it?
What's up?
Ron, are you hurting these cows? Is that you doing this?
No, I don't do beef.
You don't do beef?
Yeah, but you
no.
might be using. You might
you
be
know-
taking the blood for making your as paint or something.
Yeah,
No. Yeah, right. I don't want to watch. I'm gonna have a bunch of people picking it outside. The thing that gets me with that is, like, it's crazy with the surgical cuts and everything, but when they don't get touched, now I don't know how much it's true, but do you remember on the show, Skinwalker Ranch, the TV show? You remember they said that there was a cow that died, and it shows it now. It wasn't carved up, but they called the game warden and all that stuff. But as it was out there days, they did say no wildlife, no scavengers touched it at all. You know what I mean? Now, how much is editing? Like, was that the same day, or did they show it days later? It looked like it started decomposing a little bit, but like nothing, not a bite out of it, and that's
so
weird.
strange. Yeah.
Especially for the vultures, like them, they eat anything like
Yep.
that and not touch. So, I think there's something to this with
Yeah.
that. But
You see vultures circling around as soon as there's a fresh kill. I mean, like,
yeah,
forget it. They're like
they
rats
would
with
circle
wings.
around knowing when something's ready to die. They just
Yeah.
wait for it.
Yep.
You know,
Rats with wings.
Now, I'm going to show this video. There's maggots that's involved in this, so
Nice.
it could be gross for some people, but I like how this guy investigating this piece of, I don't know what it was that he found in the ground, but the way he was looking at it, I kind of like the way how he's exploring it and what he's calling it alien body part, alien UFO maggots. And he wrote gross. So this might be gross for some people, just letting you know.
In this video may disturb some viewers.
Well, I was outside recording the first cicada I've seen this season,
In Australia.
and then all of a sudden I made a very alarming discovery. This seems to be some sort of flesh covered in fur. It's about 1.5 inches long. Hopefully by you seeing the skin here, you can make an identification. Like I said, it feels quite dense, it feels quite heavy. Seems very foreign
looks like
to
a
me.
snake regurgitated
My initial
that.
thoughts, this is something from some sort of large animal, part of its foot maybe, a toe from something maybe a digit, a finger.
Spider.
But whatever it is, I don't recognise it. It seems totally foreign to me.
Like a spider sack,
It
right?
needs identification.
It looks like a spider. Yeah.
And here's a measuring stick just to go in, so we can do another
Maybe a
CSI
tarantula.
Yeti.
Exactly, Anthony.
Although where I live, there's been rumours of large killer koalas getting about. There certainly seems to be maggot activity happening here. They seem to be quite large. Possibly you can backtrack a time of death by seeing that. I know CSI did it all the time.
And
And look at maggots, see how well they're developed to work out when something has died. It just seems so alive with life, even though it's dead.
That's
Whatever's
the thing,
living
too.
inside there sure looks very freaky.
So I think that's what it definitely is, like the butt sack.
And my wife has just come out and had a look at
Tarantula.
this, and she's said possibly this is something to do with the caterpillar family, insects. Who knows? All I know is there's skin there, there's fur, it's about the size of a digit. There have been
why don't
reports
you
of
just turn it
Bigfoot,
all the way
Yetis,
over,
and
though?
killer
I know,
koalas
I'm
around.
waiting for it.
It could be anything.
Because you don't want to give up.
So there
that
it
it's
is. Can you identify
Exactly,
this?
that's-
There's a storm
that's the
coming. I
thing.
better run inside. What's very interesting is the birds want nothing to do with this thing.
He doesn't
They
want to
normally
turn
come
it
in
all
and
the way
clean up something
over.
like this real
That's
fast.
strange to me. Because if he turns it over, you will
You'll
see
know right
exactly
away what it
that
is.
He's from Australia. What do you expect? No.
Eric, if you want, I sent you a deer decomposing in the woods. Not that I made for Long Island Bigfoot. I sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Oh,
It's a deer decomposing in the woods, right? And if you see how fast it decomposes in the woods, within a week, it's gone, bones and everything. That's why I think we never run into any Bigfoot bones or fur or any of that stuff. Because when they die, things decompose in the forest immediately. Within a week, there's nothing left. There's no trace.
In my WhatsApp, I just have your last TikTok, the Bigfoot scream. I don't have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is. I heard the click. Ding ding. Here we go.
I loaded and forgot to hit send.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I was about to go crazy. And like, what is he trying to do? Here we go. Deer. And the only reason I'm showing that is, when you investigate,
Like I said, I just want everybody.
everything.
Right. I want everybody to see how fast, just a regular deer decompose. And this is anything, a bear, anything,
And
Sasquatch.
that's the other thing with those cows. You never seen maggots and all that.
Goes super quick.
Anybody want venison? Is that a cow or a deer?
Deer. The fawn.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
See how fast it goes?
That's incredible what nature does, how it
In a week,
recycles.
there's nothing left.
Just recycles it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a recycled life. It goes back into the ground. It feeds other
And
animals.
that refertilizes, and more life grows from death.
Right.
Eyes Wide Shut wrote, if Bigfoot is supernatural, do they die? Well, I don't. Nobody
I don't
here
think
has.
anything truly
Anybody
dies.
here said Bigfoot's a supernatural. I think we all believe that Bigfoot is a real animal, human type animal that's out there. There's nothing supernatural, but if Bigfoot exists, why can't they? Humans have some, not all, claims to have abilities of being a medium that can feel things, and there's no reason why, if you believe in a Bigfoot, that they can't have mediums within a Bigfoot community, abilities to feel things and stuff, just like humans. I believe that some ghosts are ghosts of animals, just like
Possible.
us.
Yeah, sure.
We're not the only ones selected on this planet to only be the ones that are allowed to be a ghost. I believe animals can be ghosts and all that. Let me see here. Let me see if anybody anything interesting to say in the chat. Do they honestly need to
go up close of the eyeball?
That's the part I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's nature.
And then Long Island, check out the
Check out the
photo.
photo bird. You'll love it.
What's this? What is this photo?
I think he means the thumbnail I made him.
Oh, really? So let's look at we're about the end of the show. I know tomorrow. Let me pop this page up. We'll go through Anthony first. So Anthony has a show tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon on the East Coast, and it says Witness Wednesday. What has NASA captured on film? So what is this kind of going to be about tomorrow, Anthony?
All the live encounters NASA's had in space, all their weird, aliens that tether break. Oh, I just want to go through everything they captured, because they're always telling us that they have no evidence. But then when you really dig into it, there's tons of stuff that happened in space that's on film. I'm just going to dive into that.
And guys, I'm putting a link to that. Even if you already subscribe to his channel, make sure you hit his bell and stuff. When you hit alert bells, it helps to tell YouTube that this is a videos that people are interested in. Just by the
select
bell.
all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys might not think it's simple, but even leaving a comment, even if you're just leaving a comment with thumbs up, it kind of tells YouTube that, hey, people are responding to this video. All that helps. So make sure you put the bell on. Make sure, of course, you need to subscribe. I mean, that's common sense. And always make sure you leave some kind of comment. If you don't like to leave long comments, just put a thumbs up, put a heart. It just tells YouTube that, hey, there's interaction. Because when videos have more interaction, those are the videos that get pushed to the people that maybe that don't know you. Somebody like, I like this Anthony guy.
I have to
like
say,
this New Yorker with this other New Yorker named Ron. Beyond that,
you're there too. I have to say, I'm very grateful, because the channel's finally taking that turn with the live talk, that we do, the podcast that we do, talking and everything, not just putting videos up. It's starting to take a turn for the better now. People are starting to come in, people I've never seen before, and they're interacting with the channel. So finally, it's starting to go, I'm very grateful.
So Ron, what do you got coming up?
Tonight, my friend, besides tomorrow I have the usual 7 p.m. the Space Talk with Goodall and Mike Strat. I think I'm joining. Am I joining you tomorrow, Anthony?
Yeah, both of you are.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because I could have. Yeah, my brain is fried. But tonight
link
at 11 p.m. here, and, I'm gonna put it in the private chat. So, there you go. You beat me to it. Sorry. That at 11 p.m. because this is going to be attempt number 4,382. So we're going to see what the deal is. So we're going to start at 11. The launch should be around 104. But I like to go earlier because I don't want to just start a show and then just in 5 minutes it starts. I want to go into some asteroid stuff and everything. And
Night launch is beautiful, man.
And I already left a comment in the chat. I'm already ready, guys.
Hey, me too.
And then tomorrow, on Thursday, I don't have the link up yet, but there is a guest coming on Thursday, and I want to say the name right, Anthony. What's the person's name that's coming on my show Thursday?
I have no idea.
The one you sent me.
Oh, he's coming. Wesley Rowe.
Nice.
He wrote a couple weeks ago.
He said Thursday is perfect for him.
Yes, Thursday. That's right. So forgive me, I forgot. Wesley Rowe. We did a show with him a couple Wednesdays back. He's the UFO experience from Kentucky. He had all that awesome footage. Angel Wings, you said his footage was dynamite. He's gonna come on Eric's show Thursday. He's got even more footage. I enhanced a lot of his UFO photos. He's got more video. So, yeah, that's going to be exciting. He's a great guest. That's right. I forgot about that, Eric.
So it's a pretty cool, a lot of good content in the next 2-3 days, people. So make sure you're subscribed to every single buddy here. Make sure you hit that bell. Let YouTube know that you want to know when it's going to hit live.
And select all. When you hit the bell, select all, because if you don't select all, you may just get notified for that video. But if you want to be notified anytime one of these guys put up something, make sure you hit all when you hit the bell.
I know we sound repetitive and it gets annoying after a while, but the reason why we're repetitive with these things is because it's like, you say it a million times, nobody does it. And then YouTube just like puts us in our own little corner on YouTube. And that's why nobody's not getting notifications when other channels are on and stuff. Because if you don't show that you're involved with these channels, they don't get involved with the channels. You know what I'm saying? YouTube could care less then. So before we go, Eric, on the bottom there, that thumbnail I made for LIB, hit that for him. He wants to show it.
This thing?
Yeah. Came out cool, right?
That is Long Island Bigfoot.
And what's funny about that, when I was done with that, he's like, because you were talking like he's got no skills with CGI and everything. He's like, how do you guys make these thumbnails? That's so cool. And I was like, really?
That is cool. I like that, though.
Right? Yeah.
I love it. And there's another Bigfoot behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always more than one usually.
I love that.
I thought that was perfect for him, man.
That is so cool.
No, that is nice, man.
He's such a good dude.
Why don't you do one for me, bro? You know that? You do it for everybody.
You gotta mint one.
Crap for me.
You gotta mint.
Have you asked him?
Dude,
you shouldn't have to. Bigfoot, I'm sure when Bigfoot didn't ask, he just did it.
Time out. I did one. Well, I put yours up yesterday with all the videos that I support on my show. You, Eric.
You mean share? Yeah, like we all do. I'm talking about like what you just did, a logo thing.
Okay,
but you got a dynamite one that Freya made you is dynamite.
Yeah, but I want you to make one.
You want me to make one?
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Freya's gonna be my new brand logo. Freya, everybody know Madame Two Swords.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She should probably send me the final one today. But you make it for everybody. You make me feel bad.
Well, I think making a logo for Ron is a challenge.
Eric,
making a logo for Ron is a challenge because look at Long Island Bigfoot. Got the word Bigfoot in it. Paranormal Highway. Got the word paranormal. And unidentified S4. Cosmic Neighbors. You're sitting there like, okay, cosmic neighbors. What does that technically stand for? So
Aliens, asteroids, you name it.
You're gonna see. She put in my logo. You'll see an asteroid. There's the TR3B. There's the
Did a
planet.
great job.
There's a UFO. So it's a little mix.
And Eric, Mike Johnson said to get in touch with him because he wants to do your logo for you. He's waiting for you to get in touch with him.
Who, me?
Yeah, he emailed you.
He did?
I'll send you his information again later. Maybe you didn't get it. Maybe it didn't go through.
Well, I got several email addresses. I gotta check them all. If I missed it, I apologize.
I'll send it to you on WhatsApp later, so you got it.
Yeah. So beyond that, guys, I hope you guys had a good time today. And like I said, we're not here to push that there is a real connection between Bigfoot and aliens. It's up to you. The best thing about our channel is we just show you, we talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's all up to you on what you feel like you should believe in. Nobody should ever push anything onto you. You know, this is all our opinions. We have our own beliefs. We believe in stuff. But for you guys, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's all up to you, and that's the way I love it. Don't ever let anybody force any truth to you. You know what truth is for you. So beyond that, everybody, the cartoon is coming. It's coming. It's coming.